What is going on, guys? It is Keith Mulvaney. Thank you for checking into this video, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video, it's because you want to know the keys to success. Well, guess what? I want to know the keys to success as well. I do not have them for you, but I do think it is very important to know what other entrepreneurs are doing to help better themselves and help push them towards being successful. And that's kind of what I want to do for you guys today. I want to give you 5 or 6 things that I work on day in and day out to help really better myself and, like I said, push me towards success. This is kind of my fuel and my, one of my game plans, so to say, that I'm using to help me be successful. So the first thing, obviously every single person has said this, but I cannot stress enough how important it is to focus or set and focus on your goals. If you do not have goals, you will never achieve being successful. Your definition of being successful, you will never achieve that unless you set goals. So listen, I was actually just talking about this to somebody today about how, everybody always tells me to be realistic. Having a $20 million home and driving Ferraris is not realistic. Yes, it is realistic, okay? It's not realistic if you don't have a plan or goals to achieve it. But if you have goals and a plan to achieve it, it is very much realistic, okay? The only way it is not realistic is if you do not have a plan of action. So listen, set and focus on your goals. It is the only way you will achieve, your definition of being successful. Whatever you want, whatever your definition of being successful is, the only way you can achieve it is if you set and focus on your goals. Yes, you can set them, but you have to continue to focus on them. That is the hardest part, is to not get distracted and continue to focus on your goals. So really work on that. That is the number one tip, my number one key to success that I can give you. Number 2 is patience. This one I think is more geared towards myself. It's not necessarily going to be for everybody, but with myself, I am very impatient. I will put in a very long work day, and I will want to see some results right then and there. But I know that it's like planting a seed. It takes time. Before you can get that beautiful flower, you have to water it, you have to nurture it. That is how you get to be successful. You have to plant the seeds and you have to continue to nurture it and take care of it before you will see any type of result. So listen, I think, like I said, that one might be more geared towards me. I'm very impatient. Once I do something, I want to see a result. So I have to work on that. That is something that I think is very important, is having patience. So the third thing that I do day in and day out is I embrace failure and learn from it, okay? The only way that you will ever be successful, again, honestly, you will never be successful without any of these. You have to have all of these in order to be successful. This is just my opinion, but this is what I do to help ensure that I will be successful in the future. So you have to embrace failure and learn from it, okay? You will never, on the path to success, 99% of it is going to be failure. It is that 1% that sets you over the bar, okay? That is what puts you over the line of being successful. So you have to embrace the failures, learn from it, let that failure, actually I spoke about this in another one of my videos, but Tai Lopez said, let that failure put a fear in your heart. Know that not everybody will be successful. Almost everybody will fail at some point in their life, but the ones who are successful are the ones who take the failure, let that fear that it puts in their heart and use it as fuel to help fuel you to success. So embrace your failures and learn from them. 4, continue to educate yourself. You will never know everything about a specific topic or industry or whatever it may be. Like, for example, I love real estate. I'm a real estate agent. I will never know everything about real estate. It's just not possible. I will never. Everything is continuously changing, and it is not possible for me to know everything about real estate. But the only way I can even come close, or you know what I mean, the only way I could ever come close is if I continue to educate myself by reading books, going to seminars, webinars, taking classes, just whatever I have to do to continue to educate myself is the only way I can stay on top of the freaking trend. I can stay on top of my game, and I can, really, be the best I can at something. The only way you can really do this is if you continue to educate yourself on the industry or topic or whatever it may be. You have to continue to do that. Okay, number 5. This one right here I think is very important as well. This is where I think that separates the realistic people apart from us. I call us the creative people. So my 5th tip would be creative. Okay, realistic people, they think realistic's making $100,000 a year, driving a Toyota Camry and going to work from 9 to 5. To me, that is not okay. That might be realistic in some people's eyes, but in my eyes, that's jail. That's literally just a nice way to put that you're going to jail from 9 to 5 every single day. That's what it is. It's a nice prison. Okay, you are in the system. You are in prison from 9 to 5 every single day. The only time you are free is from 5 that night till 9 the next morning when you got to go back to work. So don't be that type of realistic. Be creative. Okay, think outside the box. And like Albert Einstein said, I wrote down a little quote right here for you. Creativity is intelligent having fun. Okay, so think about that. Albert Einstein said creativity is intelligence having fun. So be creative, think outside the box, do not think in the norm, do not think, in some people's definition of realistic. Realistic is anything is realistic, okay? Don't think that $100,000 a year driving a Camry is realistic. It is very realistic, but making, $1 million a year driving a Ferrari living in Beverly Hills is very much realistic as well. It just depends on what type of plan you make for yourself. That's going back to number 1, set and focus on your goals. You have to have goals. If you do not have goals, aka a game plan, you will never achieve it. So be creative whenever you're setting your goals. You know what I mean? Just if your definition of successful is making $100,000 a year and going to work from 9 to 5, then set goals to achieve that and be creative when you're doing it. Set yourself, even if you want a 9 to 5 job, you still have to think and be creative, because if you want, the management position, you have to somehow set yourself apart from the 1,000 other people that might want that job. And the person who's going to get it is the person who is the most creative, thinks the most outside the box, and can bring the most value to the company. So listen, number 6, this one, it might be more geared towards me as well, but what I do is I have to really focus on not getting burnt out. So I will be sitting at work or sitting upstairs in my office, and I'll come to a point where I just don't want to work anymore. I might get discouraged. I might just be tired of doing this for the day. And sometimes I've noticed where I won't let myself leave. I'll continue to keep pushing through, which is great to do, but I notice myself getting burnt out very quickly. So you have to listen to what your mind and body is telling you so that you don't get burnt out. So if you're sitting, in your office, featuring my dog. If you're sitting in your office and you want to go home, if you're able to get up and go home, listen to your mind. If you do not listen to your mind, you will get burnt out so fast, and your production level, your efficiency, your effectiveness, everything will completely go down to nothing, because you won't want to do it. Nobody will be successful at anything they don't want to do. The ones who are successful are the ones who want to do it. So listen, don't get burnt out. Listen to your mind, listen to your body. Whenever you are ready to stop, stop. Just don't get burnt out. That is the number 1 thing. So that is all I really have for you guys today. That is kind of my, 6 keys or 6 things that I focus on daily to help, myself, to help drive myself towards success. So feel free to, to try and use some of these, my personal keys, whatever you want to call them, feel free to use them. Feel free to bring them into your life. You know what I mean? Just do what you have to do and do what works for you to be successful. That is all I have for you today, guys. Again, my name is Keith Mulvaney. Go over to my Instagram, shoot me some comments or DMs with some topics you want me to talk about. Also, if you want to, connect with me and you want to, what I do is my main goal for my social media platforms is not to get a huge social media following. It is to connect with you guys and speak and help speak with one another and help better each other, just as people and, our businesses as well. Because it's essentially even what this YouTube channel is. It's a business. It's a brand. I'm branding myself. I'm creating a brand, and I want to help. I want you guys to help better me, and I want to help better you guys as well. So again, go over to my Instagram, shoot me some comments and DMs what you guys want to talk about. Again, my name is Keith Mulvaney. Thank you for checking out this video.